Off case. He's been accused of murdering 2 women, and in fact the case looks pretty strong
against
him.
Yeah. Right. No, I really appreciate how open you've been with us, Natalie. I mean, it must be an incredibly difficult situation for you to talk about. Do you feel that there is anything else that it would help us to know that you would like to share with us?
Well, I wonder, I don't know what to do. I mean, if I get Sammy off, I guess it'll be all right, won't it?
Well, we all know the vagaries of the court system. That's not something you're going to be able to guarantee, is it?
No, but maybe if I put all my other client cases aside and sort of stay home a few nights, I can get him off, and that'll be the end of it. Hopefully the photo won't go any further.
What is your main worry in all this, just to clarify it for us?
That this photograph will be sent to the police, and I'll be charged, and perhaps both, the photograph will make its way to the Law Society and I'll be disciplined.
Yeah. Melissa, do you have any further questions?
Just on the timing, what is the next event with the Sammy Smith case? So,
well, he's on remand. I lost his bail application. I mean, that said, I was pretty out of it that morning anyway. So, but it's murder. It's quite hard to get bail for murder.
Yes.
The next thing is, I mean, we can try again to get him bail because his next appearance isn't for some months. So I could make another bail application. That's possible.
Yes.
I mean, I have to get some instructions. But
yes.
I put off going to see him after I got this because, I mean, I don't know if it came from him.
No, quite.
okay.
Right. And you said you don't know who it came from. Is there anyone else that you suspect it may have come from?
Well, it could be any of my clients that are feeling a bit hard done by.
Yes. Right.
Just at one point, I mean, you mentioned that obviously a lot of these clients have become your friends over time, and we can really understand how that happens. Do you have friends in other areas outside your work?
Yeah, I have friends in the entertainment industry. I have friends in sort of the places where we go and party generally. That's where I meet my friends.
Okay. And do these other friends in these different circles, do they also partake in this sort of activity?
They tend to be pretty self-selecting, yes.
Okay, all right.
Right. Well, Natalie, I think Melissa's going to summarise everything you've said to us now, and if anything that she summarises to you is not correct, or we've missed anything out, then please do stop her.
Okay. All right. Natalie, we understand that you are a criminal lawyer and that you have your own firm, which is a limited liability firm. We understand that this has been a very successful firm. You have a great number of clients. That you have got a great affinity with that firm and your clients, and as a result, you have, over the past few years, spent a lot of time with them. Some of those clients are involved in taking various substances, and some of them are actually dealing in those substances as well. You do tend to party quite a bit with them, and most recently, following a case that you won for a particular client, he held a party, and at that party you were seen to be taking cocaine, and a photograph of you was taken, you taking cocaine. You received this photo in the mail 2 days ago. You have absolutely no idea who it came from. And the photograph contained this picture, as I say, of you, and had the wording that you had to get this other client, Sammy Smith, off or else. Sammy Smith is a client of yours who was charged for the murder of 2 women, and that he recently had bail rejected, and as a result is remanded. And you think the case does look pretty strong. Your prime concern is that obviously you are worried about losing your reputation and your clients, and you're also concerned whether this photo will be sent to the police, and also whether it would be sent to the Law Society.
I'm also concerned because some of the others who are rattling the cage as well, some of the other clients, will seize on this if they can. Yeah. And or perhaps even without it, they might themselves make complaints about my standard of work lately.
And in addition to that, I was going to say, you have been using client money to fund your lifestyle at the moment, and that a lot of that money has been spent prior to actually the work for that money being conducted, based on the way you actually obtain money coming into the firm, which is on a retainer basis prior to the work actually being done. And you're also concerned that some clients have made legitimate complaints about the conduct and the level of service that they're receiving from you at the moment.
Yes, so far it's been contained within the firm, but I'm worried they will realise that they can complain outside of my 4 walls.
Okay, sure. Well then I think if it's okay, Sarah's going to start off with giving you our initial assessment of your position.
Okay. Right. Well, Natalie, as you yourself are no doubt aware, you're in a very serious position. Our advice to you, I think, has to be that you need to contact the police yourself. Now, I realise this is what you wish to avoid doing, but if I just put it out in front of you on the table, what we have here is we have a threat against you. To basically get Sammy off or else. Now, for all we know, that could be a threat of personal violence. Now, if you are correct, and this threat is coming from Sammy or one of Sammy's associates, we know that Sammy is up, charged with the murder of 2 women. Now, Melissa and I are advising you with your best interests at heart, and that is that you could be at risk of something pretty nasty happening to you. And the only way you are going to have any protection in that situation is to basically contact the police and explain to them about the photo and the threat. Now, I realise that is putting your position in jeopardy as a criminal lawyer, but looking at it from what you have told us, the money you have been taken from the client fund, as you know yourself are aware, should not have been taken from the client fund. You take a regular salary from the firm. It's a limited liability partnership, and therefore you are stealing, even though it is your firm, you are stealing from the firm because it has a separate legal identity to you. So there is the risk of theft. You are also at risk of being prosecuted for misuse of illegal drugs. So I can understand your concerns about that and the implications for your career and for all your hard work. And you obviously have built up a very successful firm here. And you obviously, as you put it yourself, when you're firing on all cylinders, you are a very good criminal lawyer. But against that, we have to judge your personal safety and what is happening to you. And as we can see it, there is this threat of violence. And the only person who could, or the only body that can effectively protect you in that situation is the police. So if you don't go to the police, you could be in a very, very serious position.
I don't think anybody's going to hurt me. I don't think they mean that at all. I think they just want to scare me. I think they just want to scare me into believing that if they go to the police, I'll end up in trouble. And if I go to the police, I will end up in trouble because, police don't like me very much. Because if I win cases, it doesn't make you very popular with the police.
No, I can understand that. But if you don't go to the police, then it's not exactly apparent what this threat is for. They don't seem to be demanding money from you. It doesn't seem to fall within the definition of blackmail, because as you know yourself, for blackmail to occur, you need to have an intent to make a gain or cause a loss. Well, in this case, it doesn't seem to be a financial incentive to the threat. They're not asking for anything. They're